But be not conformed to this world, neither the principles of the world and the centrifugal force of the earth is always at play. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life are always at play. Like gravity, there are forces at work that are constant at play in your life. There are forces of nature that are constantly at work in your life that's trying to pull you from everything that looks like God. There's a constant pull on you every day. That's lust that you're fighting, and you're being entertained with pornography and sensual spirits of the earth, and carnality is pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. And in order for you to break past that, you have to push back against your own self in order for you to exert and leave the floor. Can I tell you, your flesh does not want to worship God. Your flesh does not want to love God. Your flesh does not want to please God. But in order for you to come in the presence of the majestic nature of God, you gotta push back against your flesh that does not want to worship. You gotta leap when you don't feel like leaping. You gotta run when you don't. That's why we're here right now, because I want to be where the Spirit of God is, because His greatness is not to be reconciled with His power. When you step in the arena of majesty, that we ought to come in the house with our hands lifted, with our hearts broken, and our spirits in humility to say, God, I'll worship you with everything I got. When you begin to cry out to God, He has no choice but to feel after your spirit and say, what is it that you need? What is it that you need me to fix? What is it that you want? God will allow you to see things, walk in places you've never walked in when you learn to trust Him. That water was just water until Peter stepped out of that boat. And when his feet hit that water, the thermodynamics shifted and the viscosity of the water changed. And Peter's not walking on water now. It's like a concrete pavement, because Peter said, I've learned to trust God. I don't feel qualified. I don't feel able. I don't know enough scriptures. But God said, just walk, just walk, just walk, just walk, and I'll shift. You got to push back with friction. You got to exert enough force to say, I got a greater calling. I got a great anointing. I can't have time for this. Not today, say. But you got to push back even harder and say, I plead the blood over my mind. I plead the blood over my spirit. You think that it's strange that the whole earth has come to a screeching halt, and you think it's strange that the whole earth has stopped doing what it's been doing. But God said, I'm the